Throughout the European continent, baseball season has been going for about a month now, and like I've done the last couple of years, I'd like to tell you a little about what's going on over there, which teams are leading after the first month, who the best players are, and where you can watch. The best thing about the European leagues is that most of them are streamed live and free. Camera angles are often limited and most don't have English commentary, but it's free baseball. One of the bad things is that each league is dominated by one or two teams year after year. However, that appears to be changing in several of these leagues, so it's been interesting so far seeing some new teams challenge for the top spot. This year, there's another reason to give the European League some attention. The WBC qualifiers take place in September, and a lot of the players will be coming from these leagues. Some of these leagues are professional, some semi-professional, some amateur. Talent level varies. A number of ex-minor leaguers play there. Some are waiting and hoping to get signed by major league organizations. Last year, a pitcher in the Netherlands threw a perfect game, then ended up signing with a team in the Mexican League. Link in the description for all the sites and channels where you can watch these leagues, as well as their official websites where you can keep up with scores, standings, and schedule. If you don't want to bother jumping from site to site every week for all that information, just subscribe to this channel and check in every Monday for my World Baseball News video. At the end of those videos, I talk about what's going on in the Netherlands, Germany, Italy, and the Czech Republic. From June 7th to 12th in Bonn, Germany, 2 teams from each of those 4 countries will compete in the European Champions Cup. I'll go over those 4 leagues today and a few others. Let's start in the German League, Baseball Bundesliga. This year there are 15 teams at the top level, down from 16 a year ago. 7 in the north, 8 in the south. The Heidenheim Heideköpfe are 3-time defending Bundesliga champions and winners of 5 of the last 7 league titles, and the last 5 South Division titles. In 2021 they were 25-3 in the regular season, but this year they have already lost 3 times, splitting each of their first 3 series. Regensburg was the South runner-up last year, and they look poised to get to the championship series this year. They lead the standings in the South at 5-1. The Mainz Athletics and the Munich Hard Disciples are next at 4-2. The 10-time Bundesliga champion Mannheim Tornadoes are 4th at 3-2. Then in the bottom half, Heidenheim, Stuttgart, Tübingen, and Ulm. In the North, the Bonn Capitals are 2-time defending champions, and they've won the North 6 out of the last 7 years. Only one championship, however. Presently they are 4-0, and so are the Paderborn Untouchables. Berlin Flamingos are 4-3, Hamburg Steelers are 3-3, Cologne, Doran, and Dortmund are the bottom 3. Former Pittsburgh Pirates reliever Dovydas Neverauskas, the first Lithuanian to play in Major League Baseball and NPB, is pitching for the Bonn Capitals this year. Games are played on Saturday and Sunday, often as a doubleheader. Sometimes they play during the week if there's a national holiday. 28-game schedule, 4 games against each other team. Opening weekend was snowed out, so they're a week behind schedule right now. Top 4 teams from each division reach the postseason. Bundesliga teams stream their home games on their YouTube channels. Munich Hard Disciples games come with English commentary, and this year they've got different camera angles, not just one like in previous years. If that's the most important thing to you, Regensburg is the best one to watch. Excellent viewing experience there. And I haven't watched much of their games, but I've had a few comments about the Hamburg Steelers, all positive. Anyway, try out all the teams' channels and decide for yourself. Czech Baseball Extraliga is playing with 8 teams at the top level this year, down from 10 a year ago. The postseason still works the same, though. The top 6 move on to the round robin. The top 4 teams from that stage go to the semifinals. The Czech series is best of 5. Like in the German league, the defending champions are having a tough time, but in this case it's more severe. The regular season in Extraliga is already in the second half, and the defending champions are second from the bottom, in danger of missing the postseason. Eros Ostrava won last year's Czech series and 2 of the last 4. During the offseason, 2 of their best hitters departed, including Tyler Smith, the league's best hitter last season. Both hitters left Eros and joined Hroši Brno. Catcher Martin Cervenka, the first born and raised Czech player to reach the AAA level in the Major League system, is now with Eagles Praha, leading the league in RBI, second in home runs. Last year he played in AAA Syracuse of the New York Mets organization. Started out good but struggled toward the end. Last winter he played in the Dominican League. Same thing, strong start, poor finish. Another former AAA player is Australian reliever John Kennedy, who more recently played in the Australian Baseball League. He is leading the Extraliga in ERA and WHIP, pitching out of the bullpen for Hroši Brno. Hroši Brno are 22-time Czech Series champions, last one coming in 2020. They were runner-up to Eros Ostrava in the series last year. At the moment, they are dominating their competition, winning all 12 of their games, and it hasn't been close, mostly double-digit wins. As you can see there, team batting is .371, team ERA .264. Tempo Praha and Eagles Praha are second and third. Eagles hitting got a boost with the arrival of Cervenka, but their pitching could use some help, .743 team ERA. Trebek Nuclears are 4th, 5th place Sokol Hluboka, 6th Cardion Hroši Brno. They acquired 3 great players during the offseason, as I mentioned before, but it doesn't seem to be helping much. And there are the defending champions, Eros Ostrava. If the regular season ended today, they would miss the postseason. Last place is Technica Brno. One place to go to find all Extraliga games, tv.baseball.cz. Just visit the site at game time and choose the game you want to watch. In addition to the official Extraliga site, there's a site with articles about Czech baseball, in English, and a really good site for stats. Links to both are in the description. 30 teams are playing in the Italian Baseball League in 2022. Last year they expanded from the usual 6 to 8 teams to over 30, playing in 8 groups of 4 teams. It didn't go well because each group was absolutely dominated by one team. This year, only 4 groups. The first 3 have 8, the last one has 6, and it's been a little more competitive. San Marino is the defending champion. The team from the tiny nation of just over 30,000 dethroned Unipolsai Fortitudo Bologna in the 2021 Italian Series. Bologna had won it 3 years in a row. San Marino was runner-up in 2019 and 2020. The other teams that are usually near the top are Parma, runner-up in 2018 and a semifinalist last year. Interestingly, they are 10-time Italian Series champions, but 14-time champions of the European Champions Cup. And Nettuno, 17-time Italian Series champions, though they haven't won it since 2001, and haven't even made an appearance in the series since 2011. Parma is breezing through Group A right now, not getting challenged by anyone. The other teams in this group were not at the top level until the league went through its super expansion last year. Unipolsai Fortitudo Bologna is undefeated in Group B. Collecchio is 7-1 and could give Bologna some competition. The top 2 from each group reached the postseason, so those 2 are obviously in good shape right now. San Marino is undefeated and leading Group C. Modena has only 1 loss. Horta di Godo, better known as Godo Knights, are 6-2. Those 2 losses came against San Marino last weekend. It'll be a battle for second place in this group. And the big surprise has been Group D. Jolly Roger, a team that didn't exist at the top level a couple years ago, swept a 2-game series from Nettuno a couple weeks ago. Nettuno and Macerata are second. Nettuno handed Macerata their first and second losses of the year last week. Hard telling who will come out of this group. FIBSTV.com is where you can find Italian League games, but they're not live. At least I've never found a live stream on there. Leave a comment if I'm wrong about that. The Honkbal Hoofdklasse in the Netherlands started its season on April 7th, 1 week later than the other 3. 9 teams this year, 1 more than last year. The first round of the season is 24 games, each team playing a 3-game series with each of the other 8 teams, spanning 9 weeks. The top 4 teams move on to the next round where they play an 18-game round-robin. Points from the previous round carry over and determine home field advantage. The bottom 5 teams from the first round will play their own round-robin and can still advance to the playoffs. The system is pretty complicated and would take too much time to explain here. If you want to read about it, link in the description to an article that explains it all. The Hoofdklasse has been dominated by 2 teams in recent years. The Amsterdam Pirates have won the last 2 Holland series. One of their outfielders, Denzel Richardson, was the league MVP in 2021 and is presently slashing .475, .543, .875. The other Holland Series finalist in those 2 years was Neptunus of Rotterdam. Neptunus won the Holland Series every year from 2013 to 2018. Those 2 are off to good starts. Amsterdam is second there at 7-1-1. Neptunus is number 4 at 6-0. But number 1 right now is HCAW at 9-0. HCAW has not won a Holland Series since 1998, but they are usually one of the top 4 teams. Number 3 is the Oosterhout Twins at 6-2-1. Number 5 is the new team at the top level of the Hoofdklasse, RCH Penguins. Actually, they're returning after a 13-year absence. Their first game back was a wild one, trailing Amsterdam 18-1 after 5 innings. They scored 23 runs in the 6th inning to take a 24-18 lead. By that time it was pretty late and the curfew went into effect, so RCH was given the win. The very next day Amsterdam won 23-3. Then you see 4 teams really struggling. Quick Amersfoort and Silicon Storks only have 1 win apiece. Hoofddorp Pioneers and DSS Kinheim have none. Games were streamed on the WBSC YouTube channel last year, but are not this year, so you'll have to go to the team's individual channels to catch a game. Dutch Baseball Hangout is a good site for news articles and recaps about the Hoofdklasse, and the Belgian League. Speaking of, 11 teams in the Belgian Baseball League split into 2 groups. The 6-team Group A standings are led by the defending champion Hoboken Pioneers at 4-0, while the 5-team Group B is led by the Borgerhout Squirrels, also 4-0. The Braschaat Braves, number 2 on the list there at 2-0, reached the championship series last year, but were crushed by the Squirrels in 2 games. Spanish Baseball League is about 8 games into their season. They've been playing since March. 10 teams participating this year. Group A is led by defending champions Tenerife Marlins at 7-0. San Anasio is second at 5-2. A few weeks ago, Tenerife narrowly beat San Anasio 11-10. Number 4 in the standings there is Sant Boy. Their games are streamed on the team's YouTube channel. Group B is topped by Astros Valencia, the 2020 league champions and 2021 runner-up. That 1 loss you see there was a rematch of last year's championship series. Tenerife won that one 14-5. Still very early in the season in France. The Rouen Huskies are the defending champions and 16-time overall champions. Right now they are 3-1, tied for first in Group A. Check out their games on their YouTube channel, Huskies TV. Group B is led by Sanart, the league's only remaining unbeaten team. There are about a dozen other countries in Europe playing the regular season right now, too many to talk about here. A good site that covers all the European leagues is MrBaseball.com. If you've got any good information on those leagues, or you think I've left something out here, leave a comment to let everyone know. Anyway, that's all for this one. Until next time, this is Baseball International. See ya.